bias. Instead, they just carved up your community like a Thanksgiving turkey. So your vote disappears into 3 different districts where you'll never win. And President Trump is calling it equality. Okay, so let me explain what just happened today, because clearly your timeline isn't talking about it enough. So you know how your neighborhood might be majority Black or Latino? Like genuinely, your block, your neighborhood, your church, your school, all your people are right there. Well, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 said that if your community was that concentrated, you deserve a district where your vote picks your representative. Someone who looks like you, someone who lives like you, and somebody who will fight for you in Congress. That was our protection. They just took it. Here's how it works now, okay? And it's called cracking. And it's exactly what it sounds like. They take your community that is 60, 70% Black or brown neighborhood, and they crack it. Split it between 3 different districts. Now, instead of being the majority in one place, okay, where you could actually win, you're a minority in 3 places where you will always lose. Your candidate never wins, your issues never get addressed, and your community actually gets ignored. But hey, you still get the vote though. They just made sure that it didn't count. And if you try to fight them in court, good luck! Because now you have to prove that a politician literally said out loud that they hate Black and brown voters. Like a confession.
Yes, Democrats are going crazy on social media. When you take a look at this, Obama has supported and campaigned for every outrageous Democratic gerrymandering, including in Illinois. But now he put out a sanctimonious statement when Supreme Court rightfully blocked racial discrimination in redistricting. What? If you take a look at what Obama put out, at some point you will actually think this man is not okay. Someone said by now Obama should not be doing this again. He should look for somewhere and rest. Every single time Obama will always do this. He put out a tweet responding to the Supreme Court recent decision. If you take a look at what he actually said, I'm going to read that out so you can understand exactly what he said. Before I do that, take a look at these.
And now we're at a point where affirmative action is gone, diversity is gone, equity gone, inclusion gone, racial tolerance gone, the Voting Rights Act largely gone. But guess what, extremists? We're still here. That's right. And we're not going anywhere.
He's talking about diversity being gone when he, a Black man, is the sitting leader in the House of Representatives for one of the 2 major parties that control this country. 2 of the 9 Supreme Court justices are Black. When it comes to the Supreme Court, Black Americans, we overrepresent our share of the population on the Supreme Court. Black Americans are about 22% of the Supreme Court. Diversity is not gone and Black people's rights are not being taken away. What this comes down to is Democrats are mad that they're likely going to be losing political power. Because in many ways, the VRA, right, was allowing them to have majority Black districts in southern states that otherwise likely would not have drawn their maps that way. For example, as we can now see, one of the districts in Louisiana was unconstitutional. So now, to make this very simple, Democrats are mad and melting down because we can no longer use race to gerrymander to Democrats' benefit. It's funny because Democrats are always fighting about systemic racism, unless that systemic racism is benefiting them. They're now mad that the Supreme Court is working to dismantle the systemic racism that was allowing for a Democratic district to be in the state of Louisiana. Here's what that district looks like, number 6. Does that look like a natural? Does that even look reasonable? No, that is so intentional. And that district gave Democrats a seat. Really, nothing about either one of these districts is natural. But in the Supreme Court ruling from today, District 6 is going to be wiped out. So Louisiana might try to take both, but I think it's more likely that they'll leave 2 and just wipe out 6. So you'll have 5-1 in favor of Republicans compared to 4-2.
At some point, if you take a look at what is happening in the Democrat Party, they are in shambles right now. I have never seen a meltdown like what I saw a few hours ago after the Supreme Court decision. Nearly all Democratic top leaders are ranting on social media. All my timeline on X is full of their tweet. Obama sent this out. Today's Supreme Court decision effectively got a key pillar of the Voting Rights Act, freeing state legislative to gerrymander legislative district to systematically dilute and weaken the voting power of racial minorities, so long as they do it under the guise of partisanship rather than explicit racial bias. And it serves as just one more example of how majority of the current court seems intent on abandoning its vital role in ensuring equal participation in our democracy and protecting the right of minority groups against majority overreach.
Well, it's an interesting proposition you raised that they're not represented. My friend Patrick Ruffini sent out an interesting statistic tonight. There are 58 members of the House who are black. It's a record, actually. A majority are actually elected from plurality white districts. We're so racist in America. You've got white people electing African Americans to Congress in record numbers.
Are those
Inherently,
people in the South? They are not in the South.
Well, Tim Scott is. As far as I know, Tim Scott is.
That's one. That's one example. That's one example.
And so
that's not 58.
And so the issue is,
taking a look at someone like Hakeem Jeffrey, he actually said this: voter suppression is a way of life for Donald Trump and far-right extremists on the Supreme Court. Republican knows they cannot win by an election. One representative replied to him, "You just cheer on the eliminations of 4 Republican seats in Virginia a few days ago. Nobody is buying your act again." That is true. Democrats applauded what happened in Virginia. We actually saw Obama going out on the street to even campaign for that. That should tell you a lot about what is happening. If you see a Democrat melting down like this, know that something good is happening. Yeah, if you see them being quiet over something, you're not doing something right. Yeah. They have actually had a bad week. We have seen what happened in Florida. This is Chuck Schumer. Trump can't win the election exactly by rigging it. He said it himself, and that is exactly what the right wing is trying to do. From gerrymandering to the SAFE Act to attacks made in voting and more, we will not let them rig the system. At some point, if you take a look at what they put out here, you will clearly understand that the panic is real. They are panicking. These people are actually panicking. I want to appreciate you for supporting, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. I don't want to make the video long. I think I'm going to end here. Please hit the videos and share out. God bless you. As of the short clips at the end, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip.
Gerrymandering means citizens' voices are being diminished. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important. Not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country. Even a former president, who are joining together to end gerrymandering and ensure that our democracy is living up to its founding promise. By voting yes, you can push back reasonable, transparent, redistricting.
We should get to the bottom of that.
Believe that he targets journalists and believe that he is unable to laugh at him.
Inside, they started out.
It'll be
more access to the leader of the free world.
This week, which was the state of Virginia, they gerrymandered the state. And I hate to sound like a 5-year-old, but Trump started it.
The win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
until the First Lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.